How's it going, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Man right here today, bringing you guys some more VGC 2021 action. We're still rocking out with our rain team. Right here is the rental code of the rain team, and I told you guys if I was able to get 5 likes in yesterday's video, I would upload another video today. So here we are. We got 5 likes. Actually, we got 6 likes by the time I checked the video, and I was super excited to see that. So I'm glad that happened. So I'm ready to upload the next video. I don't know. I'm still thinking, let's do another like go for another 5 likes. Don't necessarily know if I can continue uploading as frequently as what I can be doing right now, because starting tomorrow I gotta go back to work, but I'm sure I can make it up to you guys in one way or another. So just keep on hitting those like buttons, keep putting suggestions in the comments down below, and definitely be willing to try out some of your Pokemons that you guys suggest. There is a suggestion on the table that I'm really looking at, and that is a Snarl Raikou. So if you guys have a EV spread or anything that you guys want to leave down in the comments down below, let me know. It's going to be taking Zapdos's place, and I'm just wanting to see which one's better. Not necessarily taking Zapdos off the team. Zapdos is really good, but Raikou could be better. Especially this team definitely needs some support mons. So now that we kind of got our typings straightened up, we can start adding some support mods, and it'd be really fun. But let's go ahead and get some ranked battles started with this team. I'm still sitting in Ultra Ball tier. Didn't quite make it to Master Ball just yet, but enjoying myself nonetheless. So hopefully we can at least get our way pushed to Master Ball. But yeah, this team had a lot of different forms before I actually went back to the original idea. And then with the original idea, I changed the Kingdra, as you've seen in the last video, and the team just started going off. So yeah, it says we got 10 losses, but a lot of that was with a wrong Kingdra set. Get close to winning, and then we lose because we get outsped or something. So I've changed the Kingdra up. Everything should be ready to go. So I'm looking forward to getting a few wins. Maybe get to Master Ball in this episode. We'll see though. We're going up against Dom. He's a rank 10. Alright, so he's got that Regilucky, Rillaboom, Talonflame, Barraskewda, Darmanitan, and Alakazam. Note that this is like my first battle of the day too. So so if I am a little rusty, bear with me, please. But it looks like it's an interesting game for a Kingdra Rillaboom lead. Other than that, definitely probably taking Politoed. That could be iffy though, because he does have that Barraskewda. But really and truthfully, what does Barraskewda do to us? He don't do much. He doesn't do much. So I think we're fine there. And I think, honestly, our last slot, Metagross looks okay. Definitely resist a lot of those attacks. So Metagross is who I'm going to be choosing here. So let's go ahead and see what our opponent does. The reason I like Kingdra Rillaboom lead, because a lot of times people like to lead that Regilucky. Well, with Rillaboom, a lot of times we can one-shot a Regilucky, unless it's like a different kind of build. If it's the offensive build that likes to slow you down with the Electro Web and stuff, we can one-shot it. If it's Focus Sash, obviously we will not. If it's a support one that has max defense, we actually do not, we don't KO it, but really and truthfully, he's not doing much to us, so he's not really that big of a threat. Talonflame, we all know what Talonflame's wanting to do. He's going to go for Tailwind turn 1, most likely. So I think the play here is to probably get rid of Talonflame, right? Talonflame can still be going for Brave Bird, so we definitely don't want to let Rillaboom stick in. At least turn 1, right? We want to get rid of Talonflame, then we can start worrying about the Regilucky. So let's protect our Rillaboom here. Dynamax Kingdra. It looks like he's Dynamaxing as well. Who are you Dynamaxing? Be a very weird scenario of Dynamax Regilucky, I would think. It is Talonflame. Honestly, him doing this, he's going after my Rillaboom. So I'm very happy that we went ahead and protected. Because a lot of Rillabooms don't carry Protect, and this kind of saved our butt here. I mean, we'll probably still be taking almost half. But in return, we should be KOing this Talonflame. If not, we'd be really, really close, and I don't see this Regilucky putting that much damage on us right now. So this is a big turn 1. Let's see what happens. Rillaboom goes for Protect, and it should be Talonflame going for Max Airstream into Rillaboom. Actually, we take that 10 times better than what I was thinking we would. I figured Rillaboom would be sitting about half health. But yeah, okay. We actually take that pretty decently. It should be the Regilucky and then my Kingdra. So Electrolab, that was almost expected. I'm not too worried about it though. Alright, yeah, get some speed drops, but that's fine. Max Geyser will come out. Does this KO the Talonflame? And it does. That's fantastic. Getting the big KO on that Talonflame is awesome. Yeah, now he's out of. Now he don't have a Dynamax. We're threatening that Regilucky with our Glassy Glide from our Rillaboom. He was really wanting to get rid of our Rillaboom, and this is why I really like to run Protect on my Rillaboom, because I mean, a lot of people don't expect it. The most common item for a Rillaboom is either the Choice Band or Assault Vest, and then you get the Miracle Seed Rillaboom. Mine's a Miracle Seed. I like this board position as well. Max Airstream and Glassy Glide into that Regilucky. Max Airstream into the Rillaboom. Okay, so he's probably doubling into our Kingdra. So let's actually see if we get this off. Do we KO? Like I said, that's a pretty easy KO. Unless he was Focus Sash. He wasn't. So we get the KO. Now we got our Max Airstream off. And we're getting big KOs, guys. Look at that. Let Kingdra deal with the threat for Rillaboom, and Rillaboom deals with the threats for Kingdra very, very well. And we're sitting on top of our game here. Our opponent really didn't have a full answer for Kingdra, and he's paying for it. And I mean, you love to see that too. Kingdra getting big wins off right here, dude. That's awesome. Darmanitan happens to be his last Pokemon. That's honestly a very easy Glassy Glide and a Max Wormlin, or a Max Geyser into the Darmanitan for sure. And I mean, if he KOs one, then that's alright. We have a lot of mons in the back. But yeah, he doesn't even get a hit off. We outspeed with the Kingdra now. And that was GG. And I mean, this is an excellent showing on how good this Kingdra is. So I'm glad we got to showcase that off a little bit. Yeah. But it's not much to say other than if you guys are enjoying yourself, think about hitting that like button. Like I said, we're going to have a go for 5 likes per video for a little bit, just to see if we can keep hitting it. It keeps me motivated, and if we can do that for a while, I'll definitely come up with something to thank you guys for. You know, me and my wife was talking, actually for lunch today, about doing like a top 10 list of all of our favorite Pokemons. We're wanting to make it like an 18-parter. Where we go through our top favorite Pokemon of each type, and then maybe a final episode, our top 10 Pokemon of all time, no matter what type it is. So that might be a 19-20 part episode. So yeah, if you guys are definitely interested in maybe watching something like that, and maybe even get to meet my wife. You know, it'd be pretty cool. It's just gonna be a free discussion though, from what we're talking about right now. We'll just talk about it as we go for the episodes. You know, so yeah. But if you guys think that sounds like a pretty good idea, if you guys are willing to watch, and this is top 10, and it's mine and hers, so it's pretty much me explaining my top 10 as she's explaining her top 10. So it's more like a top 20. But she's got a different perspective. She's a big fan of the card game, and maybe more of the looks of the Pokemon, where I'm more of a fan of VGC and more nostalgic vibes, you know. So bringing two different views on the table, so hopefully we cover everything. But either way, it'd be really fun. But anyway, let's look at what our opponent's got. He's got a Spectrier, Metagross, Raichu, Politoed, Moltres, and Ludicolo. I think we definitely need Kingdra, Rillaboom again. Both mines are really good here. Politoed. And then our last mine, leaning towards Zapdos. Zapdos gets a defensive boost thanks to our Grassy Seed, as long as grassy terrain is up. So having that extra defensive boost, and more than likely we'll get it off when we need it because we're leading Rillaboom, it'll come in handy. It really will. And it helps us put more pressure onto that Moltres, because this Moltres could be considered a big issue for our team if we don't treat it correctly. It looks like it's Raichu and Ludicolo as their leads. Okay, that's fine. Raichu's probably definitely going for a fake out, so we need to get rid of this Raichu. So I'm thinking, what can Ludicolo do to Rillaboom? Something is telling me that he gets max airstream. I don't know what move it's off of, but something's just telling me that he gets max airstream. So honestly, I don't have a problem going for a max airstream on that slot. Do we double into him, or do you think he'll actually protect it though too? That's tough to say. But I know the Raichu, other than having the lightning rod, is not threatening enough. So I'd say if we double into this Ludicolo, we might be okay. We are Dynamaxing first as well, so if maybe he's not Dynamaxing this turn, that would be fantastic. If he's not Dynamaxing and we just pick up a quick KO, or maybe we're faster. I do think Kingdra is faster, so we'll just see what happens. He may go for Protect. That's kind of what I was thinking. Raichu goes for Fake Out into the Rillaboom. So since Ludicolo didn't Dynamax, we get this max airstream off. Does that pick up the KO? It does not pick up the KO. We're very, very close though. So, alright. What's Ludicolo wanting to do? Like I said, I think it feels like he has a flying move, but he actually opts to go for Leaf Storm into our Kingdra. Okay, I'm fine with that. Now right here, we can honestly knock the Ludicolo out with many different ideas. We could go for max airstream, get more speed boost. We can go for Grassy Guide. Really and truthfully, Ludicolo is not putting that much pressure on us. We know he ain't gonna be Dynamaxing. So I say let's go for max. So actually, let's see who he has potentially in the back again. Yeah, we definitely need to go for a max water move. He might be switching Ludicolo out, so let's go max Geyser into Ludicolo. He's super low. There's no way he's going to be living this. This is why I'm going for it, right? We're Glassy Gliding into the Raichu. The reason we went for max Geyser, ooh, he goes into Politoed though. That's a smart play in a way. It does resist our max Geyser, but does he take it very well? We are Life Orb. I don't think he'll take it very well. Raichu just goes straight down. I didn't realize Raichu was an air balloon. That's one of those items that's very hard to see if they have it, because you don't hardly look for it. That's half damage to your Politoed. and you're really not doing anything to stop it, you know. Yeah, and even if you have this berry, the citrus berry here, we can Glassy Glide and knock you out next turn. So we're cutting down on his Dynamax mons. You know, Politoed's a decent Dynamax mon, but we're definitely cutting it down now. Cutting down your Dynamax. Because, I mean, there's no way that you'll feel comfortable Dynamaxing Politoed in front of a Rillaboom anyway, right? So right there's his Dynamax. He's going into Moltres. Moltres definitely wants to stop our Rillaboom, I guess, right now. So we can honestly U-turn. We can put pressure on it. More than likely, Politoed's going for Protect. There's no way they're going to be giving me that Politoed KO here. But we can go into U-turn into this Moltres, and we should be getting some pretty decent damage. Moltres goes for Protect. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? I could have totally went for Glassy Glide into your Politoed. Politoed goes for Protect. Very, very weird move. So he's not getting nothing out of this other than stalling out my last turn on my Dynamax. Which is understandable. I get that. But now you're sitting here like a sitting duck with your Politoed. I can really just KO your Politoed. If you switch Ludicolo in, we're KOing Ludicolo, so I have no problem going for Glassy Glide here. And remember, I have my own Politoed in the back, so I'm not necessarily worried about dealing with this Moltres because we have Ice Beam, plus we have 100% accurate Thunders as well. So I think right now all we're doing is wanting to put some pressure on this Moltres. Let's go for Hurricane. Maybe we get a Confusion. Hacks would be very, very nice, but I'm not necessarily relying on it. Don't have to. That's the thing, you know. Yeah, I kind of figured he was going to be Dynamaxing, but man, I still think we're in a good spot. We could definitely deal with Moltres, because Moltres is kind of like the Lapras, you know. People are like, man, I got to KO Moltres right away. Moltres really isn't hitting you all that hard. What hits you hard is when you activate his Berserker, you activate his weakness policy, you activate all sorts of these other stuff. Plus, I mean, the Max Darkness does stack up on you. It does. But that's fine. Oh, you actually go after Kingdra. Kingdra? Really? I'm fine with that, though, because this gives me a free opportunity to really go into Zapdos if I really choose to. Politoed's not a bad option either. I do fear the fake out from the Ludicolo. So I think right now we just want to double protect this turn, right? Double protect. That stalls out another turn of his Dynamax anyway. And then next turn we can go for a big Glassy Glide into the Ludicolo, and we should be able to KO it. Like I said, he's going to be faking out our Rillaboom more than likely. What's the Moltres want to do? Max Airstream into our Ludicolo as well? Could this be or into our Rillaboom? So could this be a free Thunder Wave? That could be very well a free Thunder Wave. Why not go for it? Free Thunder Wave into a Protect. See what happens. I mean, our Zapdos definitely can take a hit. And then if we get this Thunder Wave off, that's fantastic. Like I said, that fake out was going into Rillaboom. That was pretty predictable. Max Darkness goes into Zapdos. Do we live? We do live. It does do quite a bit of damage. I'm not going to lie. But still, I think you still play it like it is a Lapras, you know. Moltres' Life Orb activates, or it takes it down to Berserker range, but Berserker has not activated yet, has it? So very, very interesting. I think I'm still confused with Berserker as ability, you know. But I think now this is when we hit him with that Thunder. For a chance of paralyzation, we could go for a Glassy Glide into the Ludicolo. Remember, we have Politoed in the back. My Politoed is Choice Specs. Yeah, we're putting big pressure on him right now because now he's going to Undynamax. You could knock out his Zapdos. That's fine. Lower my speed of my Rillaboom all day. That's fine as well. Because we're still getting a Glassy Glide off at the end of this turn. Glassy Glide, the reason why we're not going first is because the grassy terrain did end. But we're still fine. We got the KO. We're putting big pressure onto this Moltres. This Moltres is paralyzed now. And this is a Choice Specs Politoed. You know, and I mean, that was his last turn of Dynamax, and he wasted it on Max Guard. Granted, he got rid of our Zapdos, which was putting a lot of pressure on him. But Politoed's putting a lot of pressure on him as well. And then he's got to try and get rid of it. With paralyzation as a factor now, that could actually hurt him a lot. So I think we honestly have this wrapped up. We're going to go for U-turn just because it's probably one of our stronger moves. Or you could go for Wood Hammer, but honestly, I'm fine with just getting that little chip damage. That does quite a bit of damage. He's going to go for Hurricane. Probably knock out our Rillaboom. That's fine. Because like I said, Ice Beams should pick up the KO here. And I mean, now you got to factor in the paralyzation too. If he for some reason lives, which he doesn't, he would potentially get paralyzed next turn. That's how we can get the win too. Politoed being at full health. Politoed's pretty bulky. He can take hits. But anyway, we did win game number 2. Looking really good, tell you the honest truth, guys. This team is really fun to play with. Definitely recommend you guys check it out sometime. The rental code was at the very beginning of the video. Go back and check that team out. Grab that rental code. Let's jump into our final game, though. If you guys are enjoying yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button. That would be fantastic. That would make me happy. Hit the like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button too. That would make me extra happy. But anyway, for our final game, it looks like we're going up against a Sun team. But no Trick Room. In fact, they opted to go for Tailwind route. So that's actually a very, very interesting team. I still think we want to play it how we normally have been. Kingdra and Rillaboom. I still think that's okay. Politoed's probably in the back still. When it's up against Sun, I really like Moltres because if they get the Sun up and they win the Weather War for somehow, some way, we have big flamethrowers coming out at them, and that to me could be very pressure on them, you know, because a flamethrower from our Moltres. The video before, I think we had that showcase, and it might have been my latest video before this one. We actually went for flamethrower into a Torkoal at full health with our Moltres, and it almost KO'd it. So it's a guaranteed 2-hit KO, but there's no way Torkoal can do much to your Salt Vest Moltres, you know. Trying to think if there is a move. Torkoal's probably best option is to Sludge Bomb you, but then again, that's probably about a 4-hit KO, so you're definitely outpacing them. Alright, so he does lead Tornadus and Regilucky. The question is he going to give me that Regilucky? Honestly, how he leads it looks like it might be somewhat of a support one. Let's go with Max Geyser into Tornadus. And I have no problem. Let's go Protect. See what he wants to do with Regilucky. Because I definitely don't want Tornadus to go for a big Max Airstream or even an Air Slash into our Rillaboom. Our Rillaboom can take a hit. But saving that to the very end could be very useful. So we'll definitely try and save Rillaboom. We'll Dynamax Kingdra for sure. And alright, so we get the Protect off. I'm expecting a Tailwind, but I'm not 100%. You know, there is a Tailwind. It's pretty much a given, but that's fine. Regilucky goes for Light Screen. Okay. So this is definitely telling me that's a support Regieleki. So it could actually have max defense. So in that case, it will more than likely survive. But that's okay. It means he's not threatening a lot of damage. So you give or take in that one. You know, that one's fine. With the Tornadus though, definitely thinking max Airstream. Max Airstream to Tornadus. And now, let's go Glassy Glide into the Lucky. He may be trying to set up a Reflect. We won't allow it, and we could potentially pick up a KO here, and that would be nice. We don't pick up the KO. And now he's going for Vote Switch. Okay. That's fine, though. Who are you bringing out? Because that was a lot of damage that he took, though. That Regieleki ain't going to be able to last forever now. There's the Torkoal. Definitely a decent Dynamax candidate here, too. Is this Torkoal. Here comes the Air Slash. Something I really didn't want to take. Like I said, though, we could take it, but, man, I just didn't really want to take that attack. Max Airstream will come out. And we do knock out the Tornadus. Honestly, he might bring out Regieleki here, and he might want to try and go for like a protecting play. So if that's the case, I think you would go into the Regieleki with our Kingdra, and we can switch Rillaboom out. Save Rillaboom for late game for like Moltres. Moltres should be able to take any attack coming out. Depends though. It really does depend on what he wants to bring here. Regieleki does come back out. So like I said, he wants to go for a protecting play. That's fantastic. You know, we can go I can go Max Geyser. Or I can go Max Airstream, and we can go into Politoed actually and save our Moltres. Get the rain back up. That will weaken any attack the Torkoal wants to do if he does decide to Dynamax it. So that might be the best play. Yeah, we're almost certain that I'm not 100% if we're going to outspeed this Regieleki, but we'll be pretty close if he doesn't go for Protect. Right? Oh, wow. So he actually goes for Reflect. It's not a bad play. He didn't Dynamax either. Keep that in mind. He did not Dynamax. We are stalling out a few of his light screen turns. So that's good for us because depends on if he has the light clay, but he could be almost out if he didn't have the light clay. Burning Jealousy. That's a good play because it burns both Politoed and Kingdra, because how Burning Jealousy works is as long as I get a stat boost, it's gonna burn me. If I didn't get a stat boost in my Pokemon, it wouldn't burn me, but it hits both mons. So that's why you see double burn there. That's a pretty cool attack. And I'm starting to see a lot of Torkoals run Burning Jealousy. So that's actually not too uncommon. So definitely something for you guys to look into. Is Urshifu going to be the Dynamax? Honestly, I can see it. I really can. So that's why I'm going to go for Hurricane. And really and truthfully, Hurricane and Muddy Water. I see Kingdra moving first. Then honestly, Urshifu will probably live on a Focus Sash unless he Dynamaxes. And then he probably will. He'll definitely live, but we're still in a heck of a scenario. We still got the board control. Torkoal's definitely moving last, so Politoed shouldn't live any attack that Urshifu wants to go for if he goes into it, right? We'll have to find out. He's Dynamaxing something. So yeah, we'll see. This is the Torkoal. Okay. So he's definitely wanting to get the Max Flare off, right? Because there's not much Torkoal can do. He just wants to get rid of my Rain, I'm assuming. Urshifu does go for Detect. So yeah, this definitely makes it look like he's wanting to get rid of my Rain. So if he goes for Max Flare, he's not getting much damage off. Let's see if Muddy Water connects to his Torkoal. We do connect. That does so much damage. Look how much damage that did. That was a crit. Ah, I still want to say it probably didn't matter though, right? Yeah, right there's the Max Flare. And that's honestly, like I said, that was little damage, you know? We're fine with that. We're fine with that. Alright, so the tricky part is with Urshifu on the field, you cannot protect. And that's the mon that we want to get rid of right now, right? So, honestly, we want the rain back up. For, ooh, their Tailwind did Peter. So yeah, we should definitely still be outspeeding them. I think you still want to go into Rillaboom and keep Politoed in. Right. I could totally screw this up. Actually, I'm thinking we want to attack with Kingdra into the Urshifu. And let's just go for another Muddy Water. I don't see... He can't get 2 KOs in this position. We can miss our Hurricane, which we did. But I still think it's okay. If he gets a KO here into our Kingdra, he actually goes into Politoed. As long as Politoed hits his Muddy Water, we're in a great spot. We do, and we didn't quite get as much damage off. That sun really taking a toll on us. In fact, Torkoal survived too. That was the crazy part. And now Politoed's out. Okay. To me, we're still okay. We're still fine. We get another shot with our Kingdra to hit a Hurricane, and more than likely we'll hit it. Torkoal, on the other hand, is the issue, right? So do we want to go into... We could honestly go into our Rillaboom now. That would force a Protect though, wouldn't it? Let's go into Moltres. We'll save Rillaboom for late game. Because how low this Torkoal is, we could definitely just go for any attack and should KO it. So not too worried about Torkoal as much as this Rillaboom. So it's Hurricane. And... I mean, honestly, a Flamethrower might be even stronger. We're doubling into it, so if he actually detects his Urshifu, that's a really good play on my opponent. Let's see what happens, though. I honestly see him want to try and get a KO here. Yeah, no detect. Fantastic. Hurricane connects. He actually survives. That's okay. He gets confusion, though. Does he hit himself? Does he hit himself? He actually hits himself, followed up by our Flamethrower. That's definitely getting rid of this Urshifu. And now it's a very, very low health Torkoal. Yeah, Torkoal's... I mean, if he's going into our Moltres, he's not KOing. Which he does. That did nothing. That's pretty much game at this point, because Moltres is going to outspeed him. We know Moltres will hit a Flamethrower. Kingdra will outspeed. We're not 100% if he hits this Hydro Pump or not. We actually will probably be going for a Draco Meteor just for the accuracy reason. But either way, this is our game. Yeah, we'll go Draco Meteor. And we will go Flamethrower. And that's pretty much game. Flamethrower will definitely pick up the KO from this range. Battle was cancelled anyway. Fantastic game to my opponent. Guys, if you guys did enjoy, let me know in the comments down below. Remember to like the video. And, yeah, answer the question of the day, which was, we're planning on using Raikou in place of Zapdos for a few videos, just to test him out. What EV spread and what moveset do you want to run on our Raikou? I do want to have Snarl. Snarl is something I want to try out on this team, so it's more of a support variant, but other than that, it's free range for you guys. You want Thunderbolt? Do you want Thunder? We are a rain team, so Thunder does make a lot of sense here. just let me know in the comments. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is Wi-Fi Merman signing out. Peace.